You see, all the world is a stage, and the men and women, well, they're merely players. So Shakespeare in the Parks is an annual event that's been running over 20 years. And each year I try and make a Shakespeare-inspired puppet video that can be played as part of the festival. So I've done this now for 3 years. I've taken part. The first year I did it, I did a parody of If Music Be the Food of Love, and I did If Cheese Be the Food of Love, starring Lucky the Rat. The second year I did it, I did a Romeo and Juliet parody, which again is pretty easy to parody. And the third year, last year, when I did this festival, I did To Be or Not to Be, but it was all about a buzzing bee, starring the puppet grandpa.
Oh, is that a bee or is that not a bee? Now that is a question.
Now I think the hardest bit of this event is coming up with the initial idea, because I'm not that familiar with Shakespeare. I can't just quote Shakespeare or think of things from plays that can be parodied. So I had no ideas this year, and I couldn't think of what I was going to do until yesterday when I was out having a run, and as I was running, the Billy Joel song came on, We Didn't Start the Fire, and it made me think I could do a Shakespeare parody of that song where I name all the Shakespeare plays using puppets. Now I think the hard bit is going to be to get the title of every single Shakespeare play in there. So I'm going to have to try and cram it in. And again, if I can put it into the tune of We Didn't Start the Fire or We Didn't Write the Folio, then I think we might have something. Now this is the puppet I've chosen for this song, and there's a few reasons.
Reason number one.
Firstly, the voice he has is very much similar to my voice, which means I can speak quickly. There's no point trying to do a fancy accent or a funny voice and struggling to get all the names of those Shakespeare plays in. So because of his voice, I think he's a good choice.
Reason number two.
The second reason I'm going to use this puppet is because the awful weather in the UK makes it really difficult this time of year to film outside, so I think I'm going to have to use the green screen, and this is a puppet that, because of its consistent colour, works really well on a green screen. Reason number three to use this puppet in this video is because he's got a very soft, loose mouth, meaning I can speak really quickly with him to get the names of all the Shakespearean plays in. If it was a puppet with a stiff mouth, it just wouldn't work for this video. So those are the 3 reasons to use Judo for this video.
We didn't start the fire, no we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Shakespeare plays, lots of them, names and names and names and names. Romeo and Juliet, lots more to learn.
Romeo and Juliet, star-crossed lovers, fatal bet, as you like it, forest games, every play 1,000 names. Does that work? King Lear raging in the rain, daughters driving him insane. Macbeth hears the witches chant, daggers where they shouldn't slant.
Merchants bond and pounds of flesh, Shylock's justice fairness stressed. Much ado with lovers fighting, tempest storms and spirits lightning. Winter's tales with statue waking, mercy's mercy. Here's the witches chant, daggers where they shouldn't slant. Antony and Cleopatra, love and war, a big dramata. Cymbeline and Perseus, lost kids found across the seas. Stuff, drinking, wooing, lying, Caesar stabbing, people crying, Troilus, Cressida betray, fairies rule amid summer's play. We didn't write the folio, it was quilled by Willie, 1600 chilly. We didn't write the folio, though the plots kept turning, but our candles burning. Merchants bond and pounds of flesh, Shylock's justice Venice stressed. Much ado with lovers fighting, tempest storms, spirits lightning. Hamlet sees his ghostly father Ophelio sinks beneath the water.
It's now time for the fun bit, which is getting the puppets out and doing the actual puppetry. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing the audio track that's now been set, and I'm lip syncing with the puppet to create the illusion that the puppet's singing the song live. You can see the camera's set up, I've got my snazzy green screen hat on in case my head sneaks into frame, and I'm looking at the monitor to really see how my performance is going to look. It was at this stage I started to think, wouldn't it be fun to have other puppets in the video? So I started to film other puppets that I could put in the background to really fill out this world, and yeah, I had a bit more fun. You can see some of my puppets there on the shelf watching. I sometimes think, are they going to come to life? I think I just saw one move. At that stage, I thought it would also be good to have a little bit of a scripted intro at the start, a bit of a scene, have some puppets interacting, and I thought it'd be good also to have some interactions at the end, so the video felt more like a finished piece with a proper narrative, a proper story. I highlight the different lines for different puppets, so I know which funny voices to do at what point. Then I lay my script out near my monitor so I can see what the lines are as I'm recording. It's really good fun recording the different lines in the different puppet voices. It's like doing a play where you play all the parts. You've just got to remember what you did in the last take so it all matches together, and make sure you have plenty of fun while you're doing it.
Ah, hello there, young ones. What are you doing here?
There's a lovely sense of achievement once all the footage has been shot, and I can watch every take and sometimes compare and choose the best ones that I want to use. Then the editing stage begins. Now, I begin the editing stage by laying out all the footage and seeing how it all fits together. Then I'll begin the green screen removal process. So by using Chroma key, I can take away the green screen and match up the footage and see how the final product's going to look. It's really interesting when you come to that editing stage, because you have that clear vision, that idea in your mind of how the video is going to look. You can be surprised when you start to edit that the story or the idea can change slightly. And I think the trick is not to be afraid of that and kind of lean into that and allow the video to be something more than the original idea. Let it really come to life. You watch it back, you have that real sense of achievement, seeing what you've created, and if you can, try to enjoy it.
Romeo and Juliet, star-crossed lovers, fatal bet, as you like it, Forest Games, every play 1,000 names. We didn't write the folio, it was quilled by Willie, 1600 Chili. We didn't write the folio.
Well guys, that's another video done. That was a fun little project, kept me busy for a few days. I'll link the final video in the description below. But for now, I think it's time to go off and get some sleep. I'm done. See you later. If you've made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to see more puppetry related fun.